Hey, Jarad.
Hello. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. You know, it's like sitting there, you're looking around the room and like waiting, the thing's waiting, spinning, waiting to like start. And then you're like, oh, hey, how you doing?
Right. And then all of a sudden,
what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
What time is it there? Is it 1 o'clock?
1. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll give some people some time to jump on.
So it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine I grew up with, known since we were like toddlers, named Casey Hardesty. She lives in Nashville. Casey.
Oh, yeah.
And she's on your team. She's going to be on the training today.
Oh,
so,
good.
It's so funny. She's like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Small world.
Small world.
Yeah, it's totally a small world.
She was bragging about how amazing you were. Is that her?
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Her father employed me in about 4 different jobs growing up.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric. Look
There's
at
trouble.
the background on your place. Jeez.
Right out of a show for a TV show.
Magazine or
Well, I can assure you that it was not my design. So the only thing that I did was the little mountains on the side.
Oh, that's a cute. That's a
And the
cute
only other things I did was the snow outside.
Oh, wow.
It's 80 degrees in Florida.
Oh my God.
Just
No,
saying.
Carol, don't forget my audience, so literally that's not my stuff back there. That's just for you.
Right.
Literally, it's just for you guys. Oh my
Thank
God.
you for making it look nice. Eric
There you
is cross-line from us, but
Okay.
He's an awesome business coach. He wrote a book called Downline Leadership, which is
Awesome.
all about how to be a better leader for any network marketing. Well, network marketing and any business, really.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome. Sorry, I'm taking a note.
yeah, it's called Downline Leadership. It's available on Amazon. And he also has a 12-week training program, too.
Yeah.
I'll order some copies and do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Okay. How long do you want to wait, Jarad, for people to...
It's up to you. I'm waiting for you. I'm taking commands for you. And I'll kick off whenever you're ready. If you want to do an introduction, and I'll be happy to take over from there.
Okay. Let's wait like 1 or 2 more minutes. Just because
Sounds good.
I know people were going to jump on, and I put a little reminder in the group about
No
20
problem.
minutes ago.
Jared, where are you in Florida?
We live in Ocala, Florida, which is central Florida, about an hour and a half north of Orlando.
Yeah.
We've been here for about a year. I have my wife, when I moved here. We had a baby about a year ago and needed some assistance. So we moved to Florida to get help with raising Posey. So we were in Montana before that, which we were just outside Glacier National Park.
Oh my, that's about as radical change as you can get.
I know. I love the mountains. I really didn't want to leave, but it's nice to have family close by when you're raising a youngster,
Yeah.
Sure.
as we learned.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun.
I have to chime in and say hello from Montana.
Hey, what part of Montana? What part?
Great Falls.
Oh, okay. We were in just outside of Kalispell in a little town called Big Fork.
Oh, yeah. Very familiar. My husband's from Missoula.
Okay, great.
I blame him. Hello, Eric Walton. It's John Radine.
Hi, John. How are you? Nice to see you again.
I'm well. I want to live in Florida, though.
Come on down. We'll take you.
Fun.
I
All
actually
right.
want to be up where Eric is. I want to be around some snow. So
Yeah, see, and it's sunny today. I get the best of both. There's just no Disneyland here.
No,
love the snow.
we've had more snow than we ever want in our lives again. So we made national news with how much snow we got this year. It's ridiculous. You want to go visit snow, but you want to leave.
Exactly.
True.
Yes. Very true.
The Californians are completely agreeing with you over here.
Yeah. Visit wear the warm stuff, come back, and not have to wear all the warm stuff
All the time.
all the time. So, all right, let's just get started. This is going to be available as a replay for other people as well. So I had been looking for a CRM, customer retention management. Relationship. But wasn't really looking that hard. But I had seen one other one, and I looked into it, and it was more confusing than I was ready to like commit to. And I also thought that the price was a little high, and I only want to promote something that I think my beginning people can invest in. So Traktivity fell into my lap because Jarad's assistant somehow found me and then contacted me directly and said, hey, you want to check this out? And so I said, sure, I've been looking for something like this, and checked it out, had a Zoom call with Jarad and his wife. His wife is a Rodan and Fields distributor, a top leader, and so they're very familiar with how network marketing works and what the business is all about, and I really liked that. And after the meeting that I had with Jarad and his wife, I started playing around with it, and I thought one really cool thing about it was that you could just download all of your Facebook contacts. I didn't have to like manually like take people from my phone or whatever. And when I started going through my Facebook contacts, I realized how many people were still in my warm market that weren't using oils, and how many people I totally flaked out on because I got a message at some point, or they might have like contacted me or liked something or commented, and I never followed up. And so, yes, it's one extra step of like, I do something and then I have to record it in Traktivity, but it's going to help me make sure that I follow up and keep those people kind of like in the forefront of what's going on. So I threw together, if you guys are on my team, I threw together a natural living with plant-based products online event. And so I took that, and then I invited all these people, and then now I have like a reminder on my calendar through Traktivity to follow up with these people. So it's just helping me, who is not organized whatsoever, stay kind of more on track. And I really wish I had this way back when, because it would have helped me so much in terms of maintaining that follow-up. And that's what's so important, right? Is we know that the follow-up it's what's key. So anyways, I thought it was really worthwhile, and Jarad's willing to do a Zoom call to show everybody what it's all about. So here he is.
Well, hey, thanks so much for the introduction. Thank you guys for having me. Just real quick, I'm super excited to be on here and share with you Traktivity. I'm going to do a demo. I also am going to announce I did a coupon. I think we also did a giveaway. Trying to do a lot of things to, one, show you the power of the tool and get you started using it, but also to give you, like Carol said, a way to use it for a few months at really a low price to get started and really develop your business. So I think, you know, what I'm going to share you the coupon at the end is going to make that really affordable and accessible. So I'm going to tell my story, just like Carol said. My wife is a top leader with Rodan and Fields. About 3 years ago, I was working in software, corporate business world, and I'd been using CRMs for different things, customer relationship management tools, in a corporate setting. And then I was watching my wife build this multi-million-dollar business in direct sales without really having a system other than Post-it notes where we're taking up my entire living room, which, you know, selfishly for me, I was looking for a way to remove the clutter from my living room. But beyond that, I was like, well, maybe this is like something we could help people with. You have this proven system that obviously is successful. It seems to be used systematically by everybody that's in this industry. Let's just kind of replicate it. So we went out there. There's a couple other people that have played in the space and have developed a couple of tools to help in this area. But we decided to develop one. And over the last couple of years, we've had thousands of people help craft this tool into what it is today. And so I'll share that with you really quickly. And I'm going to run you through a demo. That's my kid. And I'm going to run you through how Traktivity works and give you some kind of tips on daily utilization of it. So how it would help you. So when you get into Traktivity, and the real simple process for Traktivity is you import your contacts, you select your dream team, you set some goals, and then you start to work. And really, in terms of importing your contacts, there's a lot of ways to go about it. Some people are super structured and they like to have everybody in there completely categorized before they ever get going and do anything. Some people just want to get started, and there's a path for both of you. We have a multitude of ways that you can import contacts. These are the ones through the computer. So we have a mobile app for iPhone and an iPad app. We do not have an Android app, but it is mobile friendly for Android. So if you want to use it on an Android, you can do that through the mobile browser very easily. We have on the iPhone, there's 3 ways you can import through the iPhone, which you can import your Google contacts, your Facebook contacts, and your iPhone contacts, all from a few clicks of the button. We also have this Chrome extension, which I would suggest doing this if you're using the desktop version, and I would suggest using Google Chrome. You can download it from the Chrome store, and then you get this little icon here, and it tells you exactly what to do to import your Facebook contacts. It's very simple, just a click of the button. Once you download it, all you have to do is open your Facebook page and select this Facebook button here, and it'll import those for you. So import these different contacts. I would suggest trying one source. I think Facebook's a great one. Our data shows that 80% of the people that use or do this business use Facebook Messenger for that, and I'm sure a lot of you use Facebook Messenger as well as a way in which you communicate with people. But if you import that, and I'll show you how all that works in just a second. So you import your contacts. You can edit them on the contacts page here. You can clean them up. You can merge them. Right here, you can select. You can make them downline. So if you hit this pencil here, you can individually manipulate those. You can select downline, sideline, all those things that you would like to do to track those people. And then save it here. You can also delete people, and then you can do the same thing in bulk, right? So if I select 2 people, I can bulk edit. I can make them all sideline, downline. I can delete them. You manage all your contacts through the contacts page. Once you've imported your contacts, and if you wanted to clean them up, you can clean them up, or if you just want to get started, you select your dream team. And what that is your top prospects, right? Some people say select 20 people. Some people say select 200. It depends on your team and your leadership on how you guys suggest on what your goals are or what you select your dream team. But to select a dream team, all you do is select this little star icon, and that's going to prioritize these contacts in Traktivity so that whenever you go and do your daily work, those people will be prioritized first, and they'll also have some other functionalities as well.
Hey, Jarad.
Yeah.
How do you want us to interact with you during the presentation? Do you want me to write down questions? Do you want me to stop and constantly interrupt you? What would you prefer?
I would say let me just finish the presentation, and at the end we can ask questions. And if you want to, you can also type them into the question response.
That's okay. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, my fault, Eric. I should have addressed that initially, and I did not. So once you've imported your contacts, once you've identified your dream team, the next step is you would go to the Win the Day page. And Win the Day is where you go do your work on a day-to-day basis. This is where you spend your time. When you go in and, like Carol said, you just have to focus on knocking this list out. That's really all you have to do once you get going in Traktivity. When you're on the Win the Day page, one of the first elements that you would like to do is set your daily work activities, right? So if you're going to work every day of the week, if you're going to work 5 days a week, what days of the week do you want to work, okay? And then from there, you set the activities that you would like to do for that week, and then Traktivity will divide these working activities amongst these days. And so these activities are, and this is the sales cycle. So, it's great for onboarding people. It's great for thinking in the process of moving people through a funnel. But it's simple elements, and it's 3 simple steps. It's reach outs, conversations, and validations. And the reach out is whenever you have that and you're initially contacting people. Say you're warm market, you're reaching out, telling people excited about this business opportunity you're doing, excited to share with them oils and products, just connecting with people. Conversations, when that conversation shifts to talking about the business, talking about products, now you've moved beyond just the initial communication to a conversation about the business. That is That is the next step in the funnel. And lastly is validation. Say that's sending them a sample. Say that's bringing them to an event. Say that's having them talk to your sponsor or upline leader or sideline partner. That's any validation that comes from outside of yourself is considered a validation. And that is really what happens usually right before somebody buys or enrolls as a business partner. That's the next step. So the next step would be enroll as either a business partner or a customer. And that's the process. That's what you're working through. And as you work in Traktivity, your goal is to set these weekly activities and then move people in that phase. And some people like to look at it like this. If I say I want to do 50 reach outs this week, well, I need to do at least 25 conversations, right? And then from there, I need to do at least 10 to 15 validations if I was going to try to do that. That's one percentage amount that you want. But I would say talk to your teammates, talk to your leaders on based off your goals. What do you think the right amount of activities are to be successful? Once you set your goals, Traktivity will populate this today list. And this today list is the call list that you have to call on your prospects or customers to move them through that funnel. And the way this works, and I'll give you a quick tutorial, there's 3 ways to log calls. So the first way I'm going to show you is the way that I would say your daily working routine is. If I were going to work for an hour, I would sit down on my computer or my phone, and this works on the iPhone or the computer either way. I would go into my scripts, so I'm going to reach out to Joe here. We have a multitude of scripts for different phases. These scripts are company agnostic. You can tweak these scripts, or you can also add your own scripts depending on whatever that is you want to discuss. You can have that here. What you would do is you would select a script that you would like to use, and then from there, you go right up here, and when you import your Facebook contacts, you'll get the picture, you'll get their social icon and their name. And the social icon, if I just click that social icon, I go right to Joe's profile, and I select message, and then I can paste that. So anytime I select a script, it automatically copies it to their clipboard on your phone or on your computer, and then you paste it right in. And then I've already got that message loaded. I can tweak it if I want. But if not, I'd send that message, and I would go back here to my profile, and I'd say, all right, well, I select Facebook. All right, log and continue. And then from here, this is the critical component that I think Carol mentioned that a lot of people miss out on. So right here, you can see we have past activities too. In this business, and Eric, you can probably attest to this, 6 to 12 interactions before anybody's going to think about buying something from you. You've got to communicate with them multiple times. And so follow-up is critical. And the way this works is you can set a follow-up or an appointment with this person. We'll automatically give you a follow-up date, and it's 2 weeks for Dream Team and 3 weeks for everyone else. You can change that, though, if you want, to whatever you would like for that contact. It's up to you on the frequency and cadence that you'd like to communicate with them. If you set a follow-up, then it will automatically put them in your list on that date. And then if you set an appointment, so say you're communicating with that person and you set a coffee date, you can set that in here as well. And then Traktivity on your phone will send you a notification before that meeting to make sure you're in attendance. And then every morning you get a notification saying how many activities you have today. So it keeps you accountable in that way. So you set your follow-up, and then you log that call. All right. And so that's how you'd work through your list. After you log the call, it goes right down here to your recent activity, and you can see Joe's here. I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to keep working down my list. I've reached out to Joe. All right. Joe gets back to me today. And I need to go to Joe's card. He reached out to me. I want to maybe leave some notes about the conversation Joe and I had, or maybe I want to log a new activity because Joe, we moved to the conversation phase, and I want to log a new call for Joe and say we had a conversation about the business. Maybe I want to change the date that I'm going to follow up with Joe. I can do that all from his contact card. So everything that you need to know about this prospect is going to live on this contact card. And you can go there anytime through contacts or your recent activity to see that. So that's kind of the way that you would use the tool on a day-to-day basis. The other way that you can log calls, so say you're really busy and you just want to pound out your list and get done with it, right? This is for the people like me that don't take copious notes on a day-to-day basis, but maybe I'd like to go back and add notes based off of feedback that I get. I can go here and use this quick log button. And so we have two things. You can skip people. So you can skip people and push them out. So you know that you can talk to them at a later date, or you can do quick log. And quick log, what it does, it automatically logs a call for that person and sets a follow-up for 2 weeks out for Dream Team and 3 weeks out for everybody else. So like that, I just logged a call with Adam. So it literally took me 1 second to log that call. Adam's going to come back up in my list in 2 weeks if he's a Dream Teamer. I don't remember if he was. But if I want to, say I work through my list and then later this evening I want to go back in and add a note about Adam, I can go right here and I can edit it, or I can go to his contact record and add some additional information. So that's kind of that quick log function. That's for that people that just want to pound out their list, and it keeps them accountable on a day-to-day. The last way you can log a call is through logging activities. And this is, say you have a new product that comes out and you send the same message to 30 people. You can go here to that contact type, and you can select all those people that you sent the message to, and you can use a script and you log a call just like you did for one person, but you can do it for multiple people at one time. And so those are the 3 ways that you really interact with Traktivity. It is a step, like Carol said, but it's really no different than if you were going to write it on a notepad or keep it in a planner. I mean, at the end of the day, you still have to keep track of this if you want to be successful. If you're calling 50 to 100 people a week, there's no way you're going to remember to call all those people. It's just, and if you do, please, you're the most impressive person I've ever met. but it's just not something you're traditionally going to do. So that's what Traktivity is for. You work through your goals here, and that's how it works. We also have a team section. So if you want to connect with your teammates, you can do that. And in the team section, you can see that once you categorize people as sideline, upline, downline, you can choose to connect with those people. And this is really the accountability side of it. So if you want to say, hey, let's connect in here in Traktivity, you can see each other's daily activity, and you also get notifications when that person completes their daily activity, so you can give them props and say good job. You can also track, say they're downline people and you just want to keep track of your activity with them, saying, hey, I reached out. You can do that. You can set updates and those things as well. One quick thing, you guys probably have auto ships, which I think people that have auto ships, the big thing they struggle with, and let me find somebody that's, let me find their customer. When you have an auto ship reminder, it really helps. And so what we do in Traktivity is we created this auto ship reminder. And so what that does is when you have an auto ship, you set the cadence, but you select, hey, I have an auto ship. It runs on the 28th. It repeats every 2 months. And then I want to be notified about this auto ship for this prospect or customer 1 week prior or 2 days prior to that happening. And I save it. Then in my win the day list, when I'm working, that auto ship reminder is going to pop up right here in the today list to do, so that you'll know, hey, I need to reach out to them about this auto ship's coming up. Maybe I want to add on this new product that we just had or whatever else. It's a great way to get that reminder. So as you start to work through this, everybody will be populating in this list. All you have to do is make sure that you log this list and get through that list on a day-to-day. Calendar page. So this is a great way to visualize what you have going on for the month. Everything's color-coded based off of the phase of sales cycle they're in, and then everything that's grayed out has been completed. The yellows are the auto ships. And so the sales cycle reach outs are purple, conversations are red, and validations are green. And so you'll be able to see kind of what's going on. You can log calls from this page. You can also set follow-ups or set appointments on here, all right here from the calendar page. The business page is where everything really comes full circle. And so if you think about this business as, or you think about your activity as money, right? It's really revenue producing activity. Everything that you're doing in Traktivity is what really makes money in direct sales. Like, people get lost in these things where I need to create this social profile. I need to have followers. What you have to do is reach out to people and connect with them and then continue to follow up. And that's what truly gains success. And all the leaders out there that I've ever met that have been successful, that's how they became successful. What this does, it shows you all your activity, and it provides you kind of those metrics to say, all right, how healthy is my business right now? This sales pipeline chart is a great way to visualize how healthy your business is in your pipeline. So right now, if I look at not contacted, that's my bucket of opportunity. So if you're thinking about, all right, my network right now is dry. I haven't added any new people to my Facebook in a week or 2 weeks, I need to go meet some new people. That's a great thing to keep track of, right? How many people have I not contacted? And if that bucket's small, it's time to go expand the network, right? The purple and the reach out phase, a lot of people get stuck in just calling people and reaching out to people, but never moving into the conversation phase about the business, right? Hey, I stay in touch with everybody, but guess what? I've never actually told them about what I'm doing or tried to get them to understand more about the business that I'm in. So a lot of people get stuck right there. So the key is, all right, how am I moving people through this sales cycle to be successful? And once I do, then I can fill them up as customers and downline partners. In this chart, you can also select any of these buttons and filter right to that group. So if you want to go reach out to everybody that's in the conversation phase, or you want to see who's there and maybe talk to them about a product or an opportunity, great way to kind of hone in on that group. The next chart is your activity chart. So this shows you kind of your daily and weekly activities you can filter. Average touches to enroll. So this is a great way to look at, all right, how many times has it really taken me to get somebody to buy a product or become a business partner? And something, great way metric to keep track of as you enroll people through the cycle. Lastly is the most common objections. And so whenever you look at this Traktivity, when you move people into the conversation or validation phase, you'll have a drop-down box that shows, and you can choose as many objections that you want. And we polled hundreds of different direct sales consultants to find what are your most common objections so that you can keep track of that. Because most often than not, you have the same objections over and over again. And if you can figure out how to combat those objections, you might be able to do a better job of getting people through the funnel. And so we let you track those objections here. And the reason that we do that is so that you can go out and find coaching and training to help support that. So you can go reach out to the folks in your organization like, look, I'm getting stuck on this same objection every time. Can you please help me come up with some language or better understand how to talk through that and be even more successful? That is, in a nutshell, Traktivity. We kept it fairly simple. The target market when we started was Rodan and Fields. We started out educating and getting people to use it in Rodan and Fields. That market, very similar, I think, probably to this market. I don't know if not, but our focus was to say, all right, if I've never done business and used a CRM tool like Salesforce or one of these, I can still get on here and feel like I can do the work, right? It's not too complex to where I can get on here and I'm so confused as to all these features. It really focuses you in on the daily activity that you need to do. The biggest challenge people have with Traktivity is that they actually have to do the work. So you have to log in, you have to reach out to people, you have to talk about the products. And when you start realizing, I've only really reached out to 3 people today. I've been on Facebook for 4 hours, but I've only reached out to 3 people. Then you start going, oh crap, I need to start actually connecting with people and not just trolling Facebook, which is a real problem. It happens. I talk to people every day that realize that when they use this tool. So I'd love to open it up for questions right now. I think, Eric, you had some questions.
Yeah, just some simple ones. First question, can you have an assistant? In other words, if I have someone who's working with me, can they share my account? What does that look like? How does that work?
I have not looked. The only way that they can do that is as long as they have your Facebook login. So the way Traktivity works is it's connected through Facebook we use that as a credentialing service basically to make sure you're a real person. So to be able to do it, as long as they have access to your Facebook page, they can have access to your Traktivity account. As long whoever's logged in. So if I'm on my computer here, whatever Facebook I'm logged into is the account it's going to provision. So if I'm logged into you,
Understood.
Go to you.
Can you go to contacts for a second?
Sure.
And there's do the drop down contact type at the top. So can you customize that? If I wanted to add a different group, can I add a different group?
No, right now this is set, but I'm always open. You know, the tool's constantly modifying. But if you have other things that you'd like to potentially add, we select contact type. So these are the types that are in our system. You know, you might call them something different, but that's what we generalize them as.
So for example, the most common one would be, so if I have a leadership team, right? So these are my 10 leaders in my business. Mm-hmm. I would not call them my downline partners. They are my downline partners, but I have thousands of downline partners. Mm-hmm. So, because that's what I'm trying to differentiate in terms of In other words, I want to use this on the marketing side for sure, but if I wanted to send a message to my leadership team, that would be a separate group. For example, that's just one that came to mind real quickly.
Yeah. So the way I look at this tool in its current state is it's really a prospecting tool more than anything. And I would say if you have thousands of people in your organization, but you're probably only working with 20 to 50 of those people on a day-to-day, I would only load those people as downline. And I might just delete the other ones in the system in the current state, because at the end of the day, this is for prospecting new people. You can categorize all those people as downline if you wanted to, and then only connect with, part of them if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to connect with all of them. The way that the deletion works, and so if you delete contacts, so if I delete this person, they're not deleted forever. They're in my inactive contacts. And we do this because you're going to go out and update your Facebook contacts every 2 weeks. And so anybody that you've deleted from this list, this prospecting list, is going to go into inactive contacts. And when they're in inactive contacts, all it does is remove them from your core list, so you don't have to call on them, but it won't bring them back in. So like if I go update my contacts, you're only going to get the new contacts that you made as prospecting.
How are you doing your text messages? How do you, are you actually sending the text? How does that work?
No, so the way it works is whatever contact import source you import, right? So so these are Facebook contacts. Everything's hyperlinked out, so that the system for tracking this is basically leveraging the script function or typing it and then typing it out. There's only a few platforms out there that you can message out. I mean, if you send emails, there's companies you can send emails out through. We just use it in a hyperlink setting. So like if I have an email address loaded and I click the email button, like this one, it'll create like an email for that person and I can paste it in. But it doesn't message out. And the reason it doesn't, because many of the messaging systems out there don't allow you to, they don't allow you to receive messages. So like you can send them out, that's great, but then you don't see them come back. So we just suggest pasting through those modalities and tracking it that way. Does that make sense?
It did. So if I'm having an interaction with a prospect, and so this is a really neat tool that helps me to keep track of my activity. It keeps me purposeful about the tasks that I'm doing for a prospect. And it's not that you can't expand it, but primarily for a prospect. So if I met 10 people at the latest vendor event, I'd put all 10 in here, and I would start to track my activities. What does it look like to actually help them become a customer of Young Living or not? Because if they say no, I get the chance to know. Because I know it's hooked to Facebook, but if I did a post in Facebook, it doesn't. There's no relationship between that. It doesn't know that I did a post and got it. Okay. Well, I think it's really pretty powerful on that particular part about trying to be much more purposeful and intentional about how to interact with prospects. I think that's a really key part. What do you suggest that we do when you're trying to, and we do a lot of marketing activities. So how do you, if this is chasing new people, but how do I keep track of other things I'm doing with people that are just in my downline? I mean, we do communication to our downline all the time.
Yeah. So like you can keep track of the interactions. Like the way that the downline stuff works is that we call it check-in. So you can log those activities, say, hey, I checked in with Billy a week ago, and Billy, we talked about this, and this. Like if I want to keep track of my daily, so if I have a large team, like it sounds like you have a large team and you just want to keep track of the people you're talking to, you can do it that way as well. And then you can set follow-ups for those people as well. Say, hey, I want to follow with him 2 weeks to see how this is going. And you can set those follow-ups right here, and you can see the recent activity. You can see the notes. So it's similar, but it's just kind of pivoting them from moving them through a sales cycle to more of a check-in basis, right?
Sure, I understand. Yeah, I mean, because as a leader, as you grow your business, you want to do both. You want to grow it, which means new prospects, but you also have to nurture the team that you have. So because once they've bought kits, they're not exactly prospects anymore. But that doesn't mean I want to stop talking to them. And you're right, I can't talk to 10,000 people. I really can't.
Right.
But I do have communications that do go out to 10,000 people. Mm-hmm. I want to understand how I can focus on the 10 that I am talking to, both prospects and people. Yeah. But I got it. Jarad, I really appreciate it. Thank you. You answered my questions.
The one other thing I'd like to share about that is that in Traktivity, we consider customers prospects until they're business partners. So we would have those people populate in your today list as well. So anybody that you have listed as a customer, they're considered business partners. They're not considered out of your list until they're business partners. So that's just one other clarification to make that clear for everybody.
Good, good.
Any other questions out there? Love questions. I was that thorough? That never happens. Come on.
Jarad, I'm thinking.
Okay.
And maybe Carol, this is a good question for you. So is Project Broadcast more of a messaging out system?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little different ballgame than this.
I mean, it could overlap in a way. So Jarad, there's it's an app, right?
Mm-hmm.
A website called Project Broadcast that a Young Living leader created. He does a lot of apps and tech. And you can message people scripts and have like a drip cycle through Project Broadcast, and then they can text you, and it's all texting based. So honestly, for me, the learning curve of Project Broadcast is a prohibitive thing for me. I have figured out how to send them, but I'm not good at following up and actually doing it. I'm on my desktop for work the majority of the time. He's on his laptop, sort of kind of on a phone. Project Broadcast is hard to do on a phone because it's so tiny and my vision is not that great. But I do like the idea of Project Broadcast doing the drip campaigns for like new customers and that kind of thing. I don't know if Project Broadcast has the capability of reminding you like, hey, you sent this message to these 25, 30, 50 people, right? So
I'll check it out. I've never heard of Project.
Yeah, it's pretty new, maybe like a year.
Couple years, yeah.
So with this, it's mostly just Facebook Messenger, which is the main way that I communicate. I like to text versus phone calls, but if I'm working, I'm mostly messaging people on Facebook because the majority of my team members that I'm closely working with or my prospects are on Facebook. So in terms of the difference, it would be nice if there was a way to set up a drip campaign on Traktivity, Jarad, of like
through email.
What's up?
Through email,
or even through Facebook Messenger. I mean, whichever. I mean, email. The reason why Project Broadcast was created was you get your own phone number. It comes to your personal phone. What he found was emails don't get opened, right?
right?
So he wanted it off of email and just as a text thing. So you keep your privacy because the number's not coming. It's coming to your phone number, your personal phone number, but it's going to them as like a separate phone number. So that's the one thing that this is missing is being able to set up a custom drip campaign for like, okay, new prospect, new kit owner, new business person. But then on Project Broadcast side, I don't know. It definitely doesn't have like, okay, you contacted these people and follow up. Like you have to manually then input the stuff in your phone for the 50 people that you may have sent text to. And so that to me, it's another reason why I'm not using Project Broadcast to its full potential. The ease of being able to send stuff out via text is nice, but you still have to set stuff up. And so I like on Traktivity that you can create your own custom script. You still have to do it manually, but then, so, you know, I'm finding my prospects, I'm clicking on their Facebook Messenger thing, I'm sending them their Facebook Messenger message customized to them. But then I have the login right there on my screen, so then I can write, okay, sent them the invitation for this or contacted them about this. Click, log, and continue. And then it tells, sets up the follow-up. And for me,
so just the
part that was missing for me was like, I would just be like, oh yeah, I'll remember. I'll contact them in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I would never. And
Right.
So, it's been.
Can we use this on our phone and an iPad and a desktop, or is it strictly only one or the other?
No, they all work together. So like if you're using one, it'll sync with the other one. We did that because we understand this business is mobile, so you're not going to be just in front of your computer all the time. I always suggest setting some office hours and spending time on your computer if you can, but like you're holding your kid like what we are all the time, so we might be pounding through some phone calls and we want to use our phone to do it. It's easily logged there, and all these functions are on the mobile app as well.
Yeah,
And
thankfully it's nephew, so I don't have to have it on my hip all the time.
Right. The thing so the functionality that we really focused on, and I think what Carol has alluded to is most activities. So if you look at the marketplace, text message is about 12% of the communications that are sent out, and then Facebook Messengers is more like 80%. Email is a very dying breed because many people don't read emails. That's just what it goes. Facebook Messenger is nice because you see the accountability, you can see when they read them and all those things. So the way that we work with Facebook is really nice. I'd say we're Facebook first. And then Messenger, like if you want to use a text message, you can still use the same functionality of scripts and all those things through the text message field. Like if I use a script and I choose a script and then I select their phone number, I can still use that message and text it out. So the workflow is this: I would choose a script, and that script, which I can create or customize, it's automatically copied to my clipboard. From there, all I have to do is click their Facebook icon and go there to their page. I can hit message and I could send them, and it automatically paste it in. So like literally took me 2.5 seconds to do that, which is pretty quick in terms of the work. We did this because in this business, Facebook's not really pro network marketer. They set up their pages and their business to make sure that if you want to market through their platform, you need to buy a business account or have a business account. And the way that our system works is to leverage a personal account to sell your products. So that's what we're focused on is leveraging the social aspect of it. One other thing that you can do is if you use Instagram. So a lot of people are using Instagram now. You can still use Instagram and save those social profiles. The reason we don't have an import for them is because people have a lot of overlapping Facebook and Instagram contacts, and the names don't align correctly. So if you want to add Instagram profiles, you can easily do it. I'll select one here that we already have. Really, all you have to do that is copy this link here. This is their social link. If you copy this and you go back to Traktivity, you hit the pencil icon, you can easily paste in their social URL, and then it'll track it it'll recognize it as an Instagram handle. And then from there, if you save it, it'll live on their account. And so say you're messaging back and forth with this person, you can easily go right here and go right to their page to contact them. So it's just another way to leverage these social icons. And like I said, you got to remember this is network marketing and not a standard storefront business. So most of you don't have business pages. So this is the best way to leverage these platforms and keep track of it without having a paid for application. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. I have is there any more questions? I'd be happy
There's
to.
a question in the chat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I saw that. It was the bulk functions, bulk action. So that's to log bulk activities. So you can log bulk activities like I shared this earlier, but logging calls like I just showed individually, you do the same thing in bulk. So say you sent 10 people that are prospects a message about a new product. You can look those folks up right here and add them all and log all those activities at once. You can also schedule a bulk follow-up. So say you want to reach out to 10 people next week that you want to reach out to, you can schedule those people to come up into your win the day list on that day in bulk. Those are the bulk activities in Traktivity. Any other questions? Loving the questions.
How much is it?
So
I
Traktivity
was gonna
is,
ask, but I should be the first one.
if you use Carol's link, you get a free trial. And then if you sign up for Traktivity, it is either $9.99 a month or $19.99 a month. I'm going to give you guys a coupon, and this coupon is for 50% off Trackstar Pro, which is our $19.99 a month plan.
Okay.
So basically, it's 50% off Trackstar Pro for 2 months. So basically, for 3 months, for $20, you can have Traktivity, Trackstar Pro, which is all the features I showed you today, for $20. So if you're getting started, this coupon will be available through the end of April, 4/30. You have to use it online. You can't use it through the App Store because the App Store doesn't allow us to use coupons. But if you purchase through Traktivity.com, you can use the coupon code, and the coupon code is capital Y, capital L 50, YL 50. And I will post that. Carol, if you can post that in the comments in your group. So it's capital Y, capital L 50, and that'll give you 50% off for 2 months. So it's a great way to get you started. If you have prospects, or not prospects, if you have new business partners that want to get going, they can basically get going for nothing for 3 months, and it gives them that good start. One customer sale, or one new business partner will pay for it for the year at our pro plan. It's not really overly expensive platform. We do have a bunch of new features, so all these cool things that you guys are requesting, we have a lot of new things we're going to be launching in the next 6 to 12 months around the team functionality and messaging functionality. So excited about some of those things as well. We always are here, so if you have questions, if you're in Traktivity and you get stumped on something, you hit this little button here and you select new conversation. I'm always here to help, or somebody on our team will be right there within a few minutes and respond to you. We have articles about things. If you're lost, we have a training page here. We also have a demo. If you want to schedule a demo with me or somebody on our team, we can do that. If you need a personal walkthrough, we're happy to help you do that. We have an affiliate program that we're happy about too. So if you sign up as an affiliate, you can earn money as well if you use Traktivity just to recoup anything that you lost, and or help share the word. We're leveraging the model that you guys use every day to grow your business, to help grow our business. So we love our platform. We think it can truly help you grow your business. And we hope today that I've taught you how to use it to be successful.
Can you talk more about the referral thing? Because I think that's a big bonus for newbies that are starting, that even like $9.99 is a lot.
Yeah. So for sure. Love to. Didn't want to push too long onto the time. So am I good with time? I'll keep going. So the referrals program, the way we set it up, not many companies that do this have an affiliate program. So we created 2 pathways. You can refer and save, or you can refer and earn. Refer and save means for every person that you share Traktivity with that signs up for a paying plan, you will get $1 off in perpetuity as long as they're a paying customer. And then we have the refer and earn option, where you can earn up to 30% of everyone that signs up monthly dues. So if somebody signs up for a $19.99 a month plan, I get up to 30% of that based off the amount of people that I've referred. So that can be a pretty substantial amount of money. So if you're new and you get your own custom link. So for me, I have my link here. I share that with people that I know that do this business, that use it, or people in my org. It can add up pretty quickly. I think if you refer 200 people, it's like 10 grand a year you can make by having 200 people sign up by using Traktivity and paying for it. So it's a pretty lucrative potential referral option that you can always track through here. We have a lot of assets. So like if you want to have language or anything built in, we have language prepared for you. If you want to share about it, it's right inside the application there. All the stuff you would need to be successful, we have that built right in to Traktivity.
Yeah, I'm obviously signed up for the commission thing because I can afford $19.99 per month, and that's the plan that I plan to commit to. But I know like a lot of just beginning business people, even $9.99 a month to fit in their budget on top of all their Young Living stuff that they want to do and whatever marketing materials they need to get. so that they can feel successful can be tight on people's budget. So the fact that if they can get their downline or cross-line friends to sign up with their referral and get that $9.99 or $19.99, because the $19.99 one is the one that allows you to customize the scripts and have the scripts, right? The $9.99 does not have the script availability. So I really like the script thing, but I know that $19.99 for a lot of newbies is going to be a lot. So if they can kind of whittle that down by having their downline and crossline friends sign up and get that more manageable, I think that that's a really nice thing.
And the difference in those plans are, real quick, the scripts, auto ship reminders, and then connecting with your downline organization are really the differentiators in the two plans. And when you start, your trial's always with the pro plan, so you'll get all those features to start out with, and then with this coupon, through the end of next month, you'll have the ability. So if you know people that want to get started but are budget conscious, I mean, for basically $20, they're going to have 3 months of Traktivity, which I think anybody that knows this business, that $20 to get organized is a pretty reasonable dollar amount. So I'm hoping that's going to help you guys get some of your teammates fired up to go get some stuff done and grow their businesses.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you very much for your time, Jarad.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, guys. This has been awesome. Casey, so random.
I know.
Tell your family I said hello. Eric, great to meet you. I'm going to check out your book. I'd love to connect with you about that too. Maybe we can do something with sharing your book for my wife's team.
Appreciate it, Jarad. Carol and Scott, thank you so much for thinking this through and inviting me.
Sure.
Good, Eric. Good to see you.
Always.
All right. I guess I'll stop sharing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you, Benny.
Thank you.
See you later.
Okay. Thanks, Jarad. I'm going to post this in my group. Clearly, not a lot of people could join us at this time,
No worries.
hopefully more people will be able to view the replay.
Sounds great. Have a great day.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.